Okay, so let's start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. I hope you all can see the screen here, and we are going to practice what we learned from last week. Okay, so can you guys remind me again what we learned last week? What are the two kinds of letters again? Arif, you want to try?
Letters and sun letters.
Very good. Moon letters and sun letters. Okay. So how do we know which one is a moon letter and which one is a sun letter? So let's take a look at this one, for example. Okay. So first of all, where does the moon letter and sun letter come into the picture? Why in what structure or what letters are we looking at to see whether we need to be concerned about the moon letters or sun letters?
Alif, lam.
Yes, right. Whenever we see an alif lam at the beginning of the word, very good, Arif. Whenever we say alif lam, and what does alif lam mean anyway in Arabic? Do you remember? What does alif lam mean in Arabic?
Allah.
Oh, no. It means when you put alif lam at the beginning, remember Arabic goes from right to left, right? So this is the beginning, okay? And there's an alif and there's a lam, just like here, for example, right? So there's an alif and a lam. Now, you might think that the ba is the beginning, right? Okay, in Arabic, but the ba here is actually a separate word. Okay, so the word actually is here. So there's an alif and a lam. Okay, so that means that applies. All right. So same here, whenever you have an alif and a lam. Okay. All right. So when you have an alif and a lam, then you have to worry about whether the next letter, okay, after the lam, is that going to be a moon letter or a sun letter? Okay. So going back to this one, so Brother Zarif, is that a moon letter or a sun letter?
This is a sun letter.
No, it's a moon letter. Remember what a moon letter is? Which one is a moon letter? Let me remind you guys. Let's go to the, let me check here. Okay, so moon letter, and then we have the sun letter. Okay. All
Moon
right.
letter when you pronounce the sukun, or
Yes, the moon letter is when you pronounce the sukun on top of the
then it's moon
lam.
letter.
Right. So that means, you know, that just now was a moon letter. So when you don't pronounce the sukun, like this one here, that's a sun letter, right? The letter that comes after the lam is called a sun letter. And these names are named that way because this one, for example, the moon letter here, al-qamar means moon. The word qamar means moon. And it so happens that qaf, the letter qaf here, is a moon letter, right? And so you pronounce the lam before, the lam sukun before. Whereas this one, this is a sun letter. Why? Because it's named after the sheen, the word here, shams, means sun. And whenever you have alif lam and followed by the sheen, you don't pronounce the lam sukun. So let's say you have a ba before that, it goes straight to the sheen. Another way we know is a sun letter is, what is it again, Arif? Other than alif lam, how do we know this is a sun letter?
Because the sukun on the la is not shown.
Very good. Yeah, most Quran will have that, right? But there's another way that you know for sure. Sometimes the Quran will have the sukun and you still have to, but usually the Quran will not show the sukun on top of the lam, right? But what's the other way of knowing it's a sun letter? Zarif, what do you think?
They have the shadda.
Yeah, because the shadda here. Remember this shadda here, this little squiggly thing. So that shadda means the sheen is double, right? And so you know that this is a sun letter. All right. So for example, this one here is bil qamari, right? Bil qamari. Okay. So other moon letters are like kaf and ain. Okay. We had a tough one when we were trying to pronounce this one. Remember we had that last time? And so you've got alif lam, right? Alif and then lam. and then an alif. Okay, this is lam alif, right? So the alif, which is also the same thing as the hamza, is considered a moon letter. So it's al insana, right? Al insana. So that's how we know. Very good, guys. All right. So let's go back to our example here. All right. So let's do this practice. Let's do a few of these moon letters, sun letters again. And let's see if you can pronounce the word here. Okay, so let's go to the actual. Let's go back to Arib. So we're looking at, can you see this one here? Okay, let's see if we can pronounce that. Take your time, but let's see if we can start and then use what you know about the moon letter and sun letter and pronounce that. Go ahead, Arib.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're starting? You're starting with this one, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Al.
The first one is it al? What's the first? How do you
Al.
say the first? Where is the vowel, the harakah here? Is it a, e, or u?
E.
E, yep. You got it. Then what's about this one?
Ilaka.
Very good. Ila. Very good. Okay. So you got the ila right. Okay. Now, how do you go from this to here? So remember, alif lam. So you go. So remember, you pronounce the lam sukun. So this is so this is a little tough, but take your time. How do you go from ila?
Ila.
What do you do? How do you pronounce the next one?
Ila. La.
What about the lam sukun? How do you say the lam sukun? This one here.
Ila. A. La.
Okay. What's after this lam? Remember, this is the lam, right? What's after the
Yes.
lam? What's after the lam? What letter is that? After the lam.
Trying to think.
Yeah. What does this one look like? Remember the
Ha.
yeah, kha. It's a kha, right? It's a kha. So this is kha. Okay, now this is a lean. Remember we talked about lean. So you've got a kha, and then it's got a ya that comes with a sukun. So it becomes, how do you pronounce this two? Is that an I or an ow? There's two types of lean, right? So it's either an I or an ow.
Ow.
Ow will have a wow. So this is a ya. So it becomes is a and then a ya sukun, right? So it becomes I. So this is an I pronunciation. That's how you pronounce it. So with a kha, right? It becomes
Hi.
yeah, very good. Khai. Okay, now let's put this together. Okay, so you got khai here, right? You got khai here, which is right. You got that right. But then we haven't pronounced the lam sukun. So if we were to pronounce just that, forget this one for a minute. Okay, imagine there's a fatha on top of the alif there. Imagine that. Okay, there's a fatha on top of the alif. How would you pronounce this word? So it'll be alif and then lam sukun with a fatha.
Alakai.
Al is correct. Yep, al is correct. But what did we say about the kha? Is al
Kai.
what? Yeah, al khay. Very good. Al khay. Yeah. So I know it's tough, right? But it's al
Al
khay.
Kai.
Yeah, al khay. And then the last letter.
Ra.
Ra is a ra, but it's a
Ri.
kasra. Ri. So al khay. How do you say it? Al khay. Last letter.
Al Kri.
One more.
I said it. Kri.
Oh, no. You got one letter after that. Al khay and then.
Ri.
Yeah. Al khayri. So it is there. Okay, try it again. It's al.
Al Khairi.
Yeah, very good. Al khayri. Okay. Al khayri. All right. All right. Now, do you think you could join this one with this one? What is this one again? It's what is this one? What is that?
Ala.
First one is E.
Ila.
Ila. Okay, now you're trying to join ila with al khairi. Let's try to see if we can put it together.
Ila. Al Khairi.
Yeah. Now, remember, when you go from here to, you go straight to the lam. So it's ilal. Ilal, because it's al khairi, right? It's ilal khairi. Okay? So it's ilal khairi. Do you get that? Do you know how it goes from that? So the lam, right, connects to the next lam here, the lam sukun. So it becomes lal. So ilal khairi.
Ilal Khairi.
Very good. Okay. I know that was tough. Okay. So let's go to Zarif here. Fortunately, Zarif gets the easy one. So Zarif, go ahead, Zarif. What about this one?
Bil ma ru fi.
Very
Bil
good.
ma
Bil ma'rufi. Very nice. You got it. Okay.
rufi.
So the ru is a bit longer. So because of the waw sukun, right? So it becomes bil ma'rufi. Very nice. Zarif.
Rufi.
Yeah.
Because the wow makes it
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah, just the wow makes it longer. The oo, it becomes a bit longer. Okay. All right. Let me try. Let's go back to Arab. Okay. Let's try this one, Arab. So start with this one. So what is this? What is this? How do you pronounce these two letters?
Hu.
Mhm.
Mu.
Very good. Okay. Now remember alif lam. Okay. Now let's pronounce just this one first. You got the humu, right? Humu is correct. Forget the humu for a minute, Okay. Let's work on this one. Okay. Remember, it's al, right? The word, the first starting is al. Then what next? What comes next after the al?
Ooh,
Mu.
Mu is correct. Yep. Then what's after mu?
Ain.
That's not an ain. That's a, what is that?
Kain.
Nope. It's a fa. That's a fa. The ain will look a little bit different. The ain will look like this one. This is an ain. That's an ain. This one is circle. It's more circular. So it's actually a fa. Okay. All right, let's try. How do you say this one? After the al, then
Al Mufa.
Al-muf. Yep. Al-muf is correct. And then after that,
Li.
uh-huh. Li is correct. Then what's next?
Hu.
Uh-huh. That's correct. So who is a bit long because of the vowel, right? Who. And then last one, last letter.
Na.
Yeah, very good. Okay, let's try it again. This time, see if we can say it all together.
Al-mufa.
Oh, you don't say the fa, remember, because the fa is a sukun. So it's just al.
Al-muf.
Uh-huh.
La.
Oh, not la. What is this? Al-muf.
Almost.
Li.
Li. That's right. Al-muf. Li. And then,
Ha.
oh, not ha. What's this one?
Hu.
Yep. Who.
Na.
Nah. All right, let's try it again. One more time. Let's see if we can get all the syllables right. Okay, go ahead. Al. and then,
Al-muf.
uh-huh.
Li.
Uh-huh.
Ha.
Oh, not ha.
Hu.
Al-muflihu.
Na.
Nice. One more time. Al.
Almost.
Al-muf.
Uh-huh.
Li. Ha.
Oh, not ha.
Hu.
Yeah. You got it. Al-muflihuna. Very good. Okay, here's the difficult part. All right. Okay. So we're going to join this one with this. Okay. Remember, this is humu, right? Humu. What did we do last time when we joined? How does it do? How do you do it? I know this is tough. That's okay. Take your time.
Humula.
Humul is correct. Humul, you got it. You don't say the la,
Humula.
remember. Humul, don't say the la because there's no fatha. It's a sukun. Humul is correct. You go straight to the next letter.
Humuf.
Yep.
Li.
Uh-huh.
Hu.
Uh-huh.
Na.
Nice. Good job. Humul muflihuna. You got it. Okay. Humul. Okay. Humul. Go straight to the lam. Humul muflihuna. Alright. I know it's tough, but you got it. Very good. Congratulations. Okay. Humul muflihuna. All right. Let's go to our Zarif. Zarif. This is a bit weird. You got the letter, the word before, and then you have to go to the next line. So it's this one, and then
Okay.
straight to here. Okay, go ahead. See if you can figure that out.
Ani, and then Anil
Mhm.
mu Anil Muhkari.
Yeah, what's this letter? Anil, mu is correct. Then this is
Anil.
it's a noon with a sukun. Sukun not showing, but it's a sukun.
Okay. So then it'll be Anil
Mhm.
Munkari.
Nice. Anil Munkari. Yep, that's what it is. Anil Munkari. Very good, Zarif. Very good, very good. All right. Let's try a few more. Just one a bit more difficult, this one, but I'm gonna give this one to you, Brother Zarif, again. Let's see if you can say these two. Okay, remember this Alif Lam again. Right? Alif Lam again. But this time I'm gonna put two words together. This word and then this word. Okay, go ahead, give it a go.
Ja'ahuma. Humu. Ja'ahuma.
Jahumu, correct. Then go straight to the next one.
So
It's ja'a actually.
yeah. Ja'a
Mhm.
humul
Mhm.
humul humul bayana.
Okay. This one we don't see very often. So this is the first time I think we sing this. So this is a bit something that we haven't seen before. So let's go through this a bit more carefully. Ba is correct. Alba, right? Alba. But this
Alba, is
one,
it?
It's got shiddah on the ya, but it's got a kasra. So it's bay. Bay is correct, but how do you say it after that? It's
Bayi.
bayi. Very good. Very good. It's al-bayyi. Okay. Now go ahead.
Bayina.
Bayyina. And
Tu.
yes. Okay, go ahead. Say al. Just say this word first. Al.
Al-bayinatu.
Nice. Al-bayyinatu. All right. Now, just say this. Arif, go ahead and watch how Zarif does it. Okay. So you got humu, just like you did, just like Arif did just time. Humu, but humu again.
How do I do it all together?
Can you do it just the humu because so that Arif can see how it works. So go just say one first, and then you do it together afterwards. Yeah. Humu. You start from humu.
Humu al-bayinatu.
All right, let's start to join it. You don't say the al, you go straight to the lam. So how do you say it?
Humul bayinatu.
Nice. Humul. Okay, watch that, Arif. See? It's humu, but because the alif lam comes next, so it's humul bayyinatu.
I can say like you join it and
Yep.
you just say the pure form of, you don't say without any vowel. You just say the pure form of that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So go ahead and say the whole thing. Starting from Ja.
national anthem menjaga joy Bangla joy kita anak se kita dia national anthem.
Go ahead.
Ja'ahumul bayinatu.
Nice. Ja'ahumul bayyinatu. Very good, very good. All right. So let's give the next one to Arif. So let me see if I can find one for Arif to try. This one is a bit tough. I'm going to find something a bit easier here. Okay, go ahead, Arif. This one. Okay. Remember, you got alif lam. So this is alif and then the lam, right? But so you go straight from the ba to the lam. Okay, give it a go.
Bil.
Uh-huh.
Ha.
Uh-huh. What's the next letter?
Ki.
Yep. Very good. Now put it together. That's right. Now put it all together. From the ba.
Bil ma ki.
Oh, yeah. There's no ma. And again.
Bila.
Remember, with the sukun, you don't say the la. Right? So it's bil and then straight to the next letter.
Bil ha ki.
Yeah, very good. Bil haqqi. But don't forget the shaddah here, right? You got the shaddah here. So it's bil haqqi. So make the qaf stronger. It's double. Okay. Bil haqqi. Very good. Okay. Let's try Zarif. This one here. Go ahead. Say it together. So again, same thing here. It's alif. There's a lam. It actually goes, there's no actual alif lam. The alif is missing there. But you can probably pronounce it right. Go ahead.
So it's not connecting to meme.
Actually, it does. If you want to say both, you can. I was just going to suggest that you do it. But go ahead. Say both then. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah. It is connected.
Sulman.
Dulman. Very good. And then?
Sulman. The man. How do you connect man?
Very
man?
good question. Okay. So this one, man is correct, right? Man, because Zulman is correct. But because the lam has a shadda top of it, right? So it goes to Zul Malli. So it goes straight. So you kind of lose out the noon sound on the man. Okay? So it's called al-idgham, it's called. So Zul Mallil. That's how it is. Okay? Zul Mallil Alamina. That's what it goes.
Zul Mal Alamina.
Yeah. All right. Brother Zarif, I'm going to throw in a sun letter. First sun letter here. Okay. So also for Arif. Watch out, Arif. This is a sun letter now. Okay. All right. How do you say this one? This is sun letter, brother Arif.
Okay, so this is
Go, Arif. Yeah. Sun
okay.
letter this time. Yeah.
Fisamawati.
MashaAllah. That's right. Fis samawati. Okay. This is a sun letter. So it goes, you don't pronounce the lam. It's fis, goes straight to the scene. Fis samawati. Very good. MashaAllah. All right.
Fis-
Let's try.
Al
Huh?
means the.
Say it again.
Al means the.
Yes, al
Okay.
actually means the, just like the English the. That's what al means. When you so for example here it means fi means in, samawati means skies. So you say in the skies. So fi in the skies. So that's what it means. Okay, that's how you translate it. Okay, last one for Arif. Go ahead, Arif. Now we have a meme in there. You were looking for a meme, so here we got a meme in there. Okay, give it a go.
Bill
Very good.
Ma
This time it's an ain, right? It's an ain. So how do you say it?
Mine
It's a sukun. So how do you say it? It's ma, but with a sukun on top of the ain, it becomes
Mine
it becomes ma, right? Bil, mim is a ma, and then ain sukun, it becomes ma. So you don't pronounce the vowel, but it has a sound of the ain. Ma. And
Bill
then,
Ma
very good. What's next?
Ru
5:30. Soon going to be dinner time.
Ru Bi
Very good, mashallah. Okay, so say it together. Say it together. All of that.
Bill Ma Ru Fi.
Perfect. Nice. Bil ma'rufi. MashaAllah. You guys are reading the Quran, mashallah. Very good, very good. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen. Okay. So I think we probably need to practice more, right? This sun and moon letter a bit more, so that because there's a lot of it, as you can see in the Quran, you come across a lot of it. Okay. And the reason is simple, because it means the, right? So bil ma'rufi, the good things, for example, is what it means. Okay? With the good things. So that's the reason why we have that. Alhamdulillah. All right. So that's good, Arif. Very good job. And Zarif too. Zarif, if you like to stay on to continue we have a kind of a discussion on what to do with the masjid blog. So if you want to join, you're welcome to do that, inshallah. Okay. Arif, we're done, inshallah, for you. So if your dad wants to join, he can do that if he wants to, but
Baba,
he doesn't have to.
So the Nick wants to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Arif, for joining us.
Naban.
Okay, assalamualaikum.
Is that from you somehow?
All right, we should have a few people join us, inshallah. In a few minutes, probably it's taking time, but
So in Bangladesh there is a flood now.
yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, it's really bad.
It was very bad, and it's getting better.
Hmm.
And there is a foundation. It's giving a lot of relief. And
Yeah,
that foundation
yeah.
name is As-Sunnah. So it kind of
Yes,
mean like,
yes.
oh, it has to be something with Sunnah, and then I looked it up. It's like the way of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Salam. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
is it something to do with the moon letter, sun letter maybe?
Which one? The name?
Yeah, the name As-Sunnah, is it like a
Yes,
silent?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's sun letter, moon letter. So as-sunnah is which one? Moon or sun letter?
Uh, it's the sun letter.
That's correct. You got it.
Because
Mashallah.
because al will be missing, because I know al means da. It's
Yeah.
missing. So
Yes,
it becomes us.
that's right.
So
Exactly. That's how you pronounce it. Alhamdulillah. So, Brother Sakib, we missed you just now, the board meeting. We were expecting you to explain the part about your with Brad and everything, but we didn't have that
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Assalamualaikum. Now, I
Yeah.
actually was, I don't know, did lawn mowing and all, and I
You forgot
fell
about
asleep, and then I realized, when I woke up, it's just before the Arabic class.
it. That's okay.
So,
Alhamdulillah. So anyway, inshallah, Brother Munir will write down the minutes. You can see it. But we just went through the minutes and all that. Alhamdulillah. I'm actually expecting Brother Jonathan to join us, but I'm not seeing him. He was the one that suggested that we discuss the masjid blog and all that. But maybe Zarif and you, maybe you can we can start the discussion basically. But and it's also very related to the ayat that I was reading with Brother Zarif just now. So I thought it would be nice to talk about it, inshallah. So so the idea is that we set up kind of a masjid blog, and but then the question is, well, what is it that we should put on the blog so that people actually go to it, right? In other words, people would like to go to it if they think it's going to benefit them, for example, right? Or something that's interesting to them, for example. So, but if we do it, we spend all that time and have effort and money, and then nobody pays attention, then that's not good. So we're trying to figure out, okay, what exactly should we put on the blog? What, I like to listen to your thoughts and your ideas. What do you think will pull people to the blog or to the videos on the ICTP website, so that if we put effort to it, inshallah, it'll get to the people that we're trying to target. So what do you brothers think? What are your thoughts about what it is that's we can always say, oh, we want to put Quran there, but I mean, they can get Quran on YouTube, right? And there's nothing special there. So
I
yeah, go ahead, brother.
it is maybe you can the khutbah Friday, maybe you can video record it.
Yeah. That was one of the ideas somebody suggested. The khutbah itself, we can put it on there, and then people can at least listen to it after work, when they come back or whatever on Friday if they miss the khutbah. But that would be one idea. Yeah, we can definitely put that as one of the videos. Yeah,
Keep it as a record for future. And
exactly. Yeah, that's very good. Let me write some notes here while you guys are. Here we go. I'm just writing the notes here. Okay, so I'm gonna put the khutbah recordings. Yeah. So what do you think people really would like to hear or would like to read, or what is it that you think is would be worth spending time on that can reach out to the people?
I don't know, like if you're thinking about attracting community members, checking the blog or something, I don't know. First of all, who are the people we are targeting with the blog? Who will be the readers? That's the thing.
Yeah. So basically, this idea came from Jonathan, and Jonathan said that we should really have a blog that people can check out, something that's relevant to their lives, right? Let's say, I'm just there's Brother John. Assalamualaikum, Brother John.
I think he's just
muted. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, so while Brother John is gone, so just so for Brother John's benefit, so this idea came from Brother Jonathan, And he was actually supposed to be joining us. I'm not sure why he's not here, but the let me see if I can get quick email.
I think John is here. Brother John is
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yep, yep. I just unmuted. Yep.
I'm just gonna send a quick email to Jonathan, because Jonathan usually he sees the email. Let me send a quick one to him, because he said he's the one that actually wanted to start this idea.
I just wanted to know who would be the target audience.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Let me write the just send a quick letter for him.
Yeah, I think Zarif can also share, like the Gen Z and millennials. If you consider I don't know whether
Right.
they're big fan of blogs or
They prefer Instagram, for example.
yeah, something
Rather
like
than-
as you said, create attention. Maybe newsletter might be effective, which you can share on Instagram, to X, even if we maintain the Facebook page with that newsletter, I don't know.
That's the thing. I
blog
mean,
would be-
newsletter. I mean, people. I remember when sister, the sister who was the MSA president, she got in touch with her MSA through Instagram, right? So, but then Instagram is more like pictures and videos, really, right?
Yeah, for example, the Friday khutbah that Brother Zarif suggested could be part of it could be newsletter. Brother Nick, I'm thinking this way. This newsletter could be online thing, not like
right
printed version, not like a printed version thing.
Yeah.
So we can just upload. There could be a section in the newsletter about the today's Friday khutbah, the subject matter, and maybe a very short summary by the khutbah, whoever gave the khutbah, like you or me.
Yeah.
In one paragraph, what this khutbah is all about, and of course they can listen after that,
Right.
And of course, something like why I should be, how Islam handles certain. I know, like in a khutbah, we cover different topics, but if something going on in and creating lots of issues among people, understanding, like for example, Israel-Palestine conflict. I'm just picking a subject here. Something that people or media misinterpreting from the Islam perspective, Islam teachings perspective, what should be our stand, or something like that, so that people can educate themselves. Like, no, Islam doesn't support this or that, or
Yeah. That's a good point, because in fact we the only thing we did with regard to that one was we did the little press release thing, right? Which went quite well. So, but more details of what's going on would be nice. Yeah.
Or maybe something like besides the contemporary, maybe anything like remember in the khutbah, Brother Nick, we pick different topic. Like last time I was talking about the value of charity, how charity, sadaqah in Arabic, we say, is part of should be at the part of culture of not only Islam but also for the society. So something that even a Christian person or a Jewish person, when they read the newsletter, they feel connected, something like that,
Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's interesting. The Quran lesson that we had just now actually is talking about this. I wanted to share with you. So this one here, this was the ayat that we did for the Quran lesson, where they were reading the Quran. I'm just read it for you. وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. I actually have read this ayat many times, but I never understood it so somebody gave me a really good lesson from this one. So I wanted to share this with you. So it says, ignore the translation. Translation is actually bad anyway. وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ, it means, and there should be, from you, or you should be like this, an ummah, a group, يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ, that invites to the very best. That's what it really means. There should be a group from you that invites to the very best. Now, this is interesting. Why is it interesting? Because you would expect Allah to say, invite to Islam, right? Or invite to, to become Muslim, for example. But no, Allah didn't say that. Okay? Allah is saying that you should be people who invite to the very best. Okay? And what does that mean? That means that really we Muslims, we should be examples of the best in everything. Okay? We are the ones that and here in yad'u is to invite. You know, just like you invite somebody to your house, right? So when you invite somebody to your house, the invitation is done in a very loving way. Like, can you please come to my house, right? And have dinner with me or whatever. So that's the same way that the invitation should be done. Not like a debate or not like a, you know.
No, this is a very good example, Brother Nick. Even
Yeah.
you know, what you said, and I was just also reading the, you know, of course the translation is not that perfect as you said, the English translation. But you see how beautiful it is. May spring you a nation who invite to goodness and enjoy and right conduct and forbid indecency. I think nobody can deny in this today's world this is wrong. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in other words, you know, you go out and you invite people and share with them why you think that Islam is beautiful.
Right.
You know, why you think that this is something that you know, that's a beautiful thing. So when you're able to, you know, show them this, people will say, wow, that's really nice. That's really beautiful, right?
And I
that's why
hear
I thought,
you are to the point that is you know, in the Quran, and you know, of course it's Allah's message, and he's not saying you have to be Muslim to invite goodness or enjoy and right conduct.
Exactly. And even the target is you're not inviting I mean even the content, you're not saying, oh yeah, you know, you have to be Muslim. No. Because why? Because we Muslims, we actually are at the service of everybody else, right? You know, and this comes next. Is وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Look at this. وَيَأْمُرُونَ, and this is again, translation doesn't do justice to this. وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ means that you ya'muru means to command, but it's really, that's not the right word. You know, like for example, recommend also is to send this command, right? To recommend, to show, to encourage, all that is included in ya'muru. Okay? And ma'ruf is something that people know to be good. I mean, people just know that this is a good thing, right? So when you talk, when you reach out, you should always start with something that they know to be good, right? And that's why this is interesting. That's why the Quran, we don't have lobbies. You guys, you know that you know the Israeli lobby and the gun lobby, right. So in Islam, we don't have a Muslim lobby. Okay, and the reason why we don't have Muslim lobby is because the Muslims are actually, when they do anything, it's actually for others. That's the difference, right? That's the difference. So they order, or they command, or they encourage things which are ma'ruf. That's why when the first few years that the Quran came down, right? During that time, the Muslims were being tortured. Right? They were being tortured, they were being persecuted, right? But Allah doesn't talk about that. Allah talks about, why are you killing baby girls? Why are you not taking care of the orphans? Okay? Why are you cheating in business? Okay? You would think that if the Muslims are being tortured and persecuted, Allah will send a Quran saying, oh, they have rights, you shouldn't be doing this. You know, things like that, right? No. Allah didn't say that. Allah says, why are you doing these bad things? Why are you, killing baby girls and all that? Right? Why are you... So Allah is saying, وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَلَى الْمُنْكَرِ. He is forbidding, or he's trying to say, don't do these things which are weird, alien to your nature as human beings. Right? So when you do these munkar things, what happens is that things start to become weird in your life, right? So stay away from that. So I thought, wow, that's crazy,
and that's a great
insightful
verse, and I also see the ending. It says, "Such are they who are successful." So Allah is also saying, if you invite goodness, if you enjoy right conduct and forbid indecency, there will be success in your life.
Yep.
You know, something like that.
That's what it is.
You know,
yeah.
and-
This is the recipe for success. Exactly.
Right. So there's a recipe. Actually, you're right. You use a perfect word, Brother Nick here.
Yeah.
Allah is giving a recipe to us that if you want to be content with your life, at the end of the day, you have to invite this goodness,
Yeah.
enjoying the
Anyway,
right conduct. you know.
I was thinking this is what we should have in the blog,
Right.
right? What
Mhm.
is it in the blog that we can say to people, like we can talk about it and they will say, wow, that's beautiful,
Right.
right?
By the way, Brother Nick, it's a verse 104. Which surah it is?
This is Surah Al Imran.
Al Imran. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Al Imran is the surah. This whole surah is about the people of the book, about the
Yeah.
Christians, basically.
Hey, why I'm saying this, Brother Nick, you know, in the Rotary, I also do Rotary. Rotary's motto
yeah.
is serving others before self.
There we go.
And I
There
can
we go.
see this ayah, first line, is basically, you know,
That's what it is.
entire Rotary's,
Yeah.
you know, purpose.
Yeah, exactly. So in other words, the Rotary is
Mm.
actually following Islamic principles.
Yeah. You can, I can, maybe I can, if this newsletter we all agree, maybe I can share my thoughts after this verse, below the verse.
Yeah.
That this is what, as a Rotarian, I am thinking as a Rotarian, of course, as a Muslim,
Yeah.
I see this is the very relevant, you know, and Rotary is 100 years now, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, so if I were to ask you guys, right,
Mhm.
Brother John, for example, or Zari, for example, if there was one topic that we could talk about in the blog, or you know, there would be something that what would be it that they would say, wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's the very best. That's really amazing. What would that be? Is my question.
Maybe Zarif, Brother Zarif, you can go ahead, or Brother John, then I'll share what I'm thinking. Maybe, you know, yeah. I think Zarif, you're mute. Brother Zarif, you're mute. Yeah.
Right. I think I like this verse. It will invite who are not Muslim, non-Muslims. To, if we like, it depends. Like Mr. Sakib said, it depends on who is the target person. If it's somebody who's not knowledgeable with Islam,
Yeah.
we share something that's inviting.
Yeah.
This something like be a good option for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, but the problem is we have to identify what that is. That's what we're trying to figure out. What is it that, to the point that somebody will say, wow, that's amazing. That's beautiful. You know, what is it that, go ahead, John, you want to say something?
Well, this is kind of negative, but if the audience is people who are not familiar with Islam, I mean, nobody. I would be curious to find somebody who's totally in a vacuum about Islam. I suspect
Right.
that they carry.
They probably have negative
Right.
impressions about Islam. Exactly.
So the
yeah.
question is, do we, you know, call out, you know, hit the nail, you know, hit it right at the head. And so, I mean, should we talk about what maybe some of that stigma is to try and diffuse that right away? And then, and what, so this is sort of negative, because I don't think this is, the heart of Islam is not to focus on the negative, but
Yeah.
the one thing that's impressed me, Brother Nick, is how you've educated me on kind of the role of warfare in Islam. And I have to say, to me, it is kind of beautiful in a sense, and that, I mean, so I guess I'll just speak from my own biological sex in terms of manhood. You know, you stand up for your family, you defend
Yeah.
your family, but there are rules to that, and the rules are: you don't harm women, you don't harm the elderly, you don't harm children, you don't burn down
Yep.
trees, and then if your enemy wants to make peace, you make peace. And
Right.
I mean, it's sort of like we're not aggressive.
Mhm.
Far from it. Where there's like, if you were to have an enemy, you'd want him to be a Muslim, because this would be a very fair person.
That's right.
So, but that's negative, and I hate to start with that. I mean, I'd rather start with this verse that you have here. So
Yeah, but that verse includes the yad'una
Yeah.
ila khair. You are inviting to
Yeah.
the very best, right? So in this
Right.
case, the very best in warfare, I guess.
well, the best in how do you resolve conflict? I
Yes.
guess.
So that's see, that's another approach. The other approach is this: you could have a list of topics that people, you know, consider are well known, right? You know, for example, Islam oppresses women, you know, those kind of, you know. So and then you come up with an explanation. You say, wait a minute, do you know that there's a chapter in the Quran that says women? You know, I mean, simple things like that, and that's not even in the Bible. Do you know that?
Yeah.
You know that the women in Islam have the same rights as the men? Did you know that? I mean, that's saying things that to a lot of people is probably amazing to them, right? They didn't know this. So I think you're right. You start perhaps with the negative, but not necessarily negative. You are turning the negative into a positive, right?
Yeah, I agree. Brother John and Brother Nick and Brother Zarif, you can also chime in. I feel like I think that's not a bad idea, because when we say Assalamu alaikum, may peace be upon you. Okay, so this is a positive thing. But the question is, of course, the people who have, say, if I were the negative, that hat, or the Muslim hatred hat, you know, and so we can identify these are the issues. Islam always encourages war and terrorism. So actually, that's not the case. Islam actually promotes peace and how to resolve conflict. And Brother John shared, one of those things, like Islam doesn't say that we have to be aggressive here. And some people think that jihad means always trying to be aggressive. What is actually the meaning of jihad? It's actually try to make yourself a better human being. That is the main purpose of the jihad. But jihad is not like you go after people, killing them, just to promote your Islam. But no, that's not the case. And those kind of misperception. I think Brother John is right. Maybe we can start our newsletter with each of these controversial topic, or each of
gonna be
the,
interesting.
and go with what Islam says.
Yeah.
And finding this kind of verses, Brother Nick, like verse 104.
Let me make some notes
this
here.
kind
What
of
you're doing
thing,
that.
Yeah. And women in Islam, like everybody think, Islam always suppresses women, or there's a key, I have seen people making these comments like this, when they don't know Islam allows men to marry 4 times or have 5 wives or 6 wives, which is totally opposite. There's a historical, and also there's a teachings. There's a misconception. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
So I
John, you wanted to add something?
So I guess I'm still not really pleased with my response, because I think to bring up warfare or jihad, I mean, I agree with Brother Skib. My understanding of jihad is struggle against oneself. I know it has a dual meaning, but in most people outside of Islam focus on the other meaning, which is to
right.
Now, Brother John, but you're right, because you see the Israel-Palestine conflict is dividing the whole world. So
but
it's actually you're right. This warfare is, you cannot avoid this, and what Islam says, maybe this is the way we can help people understand, and not only our community, but whoever reads the newsletter, suppose if it is available online, other people, say somebody from New York, somebody from Asia, or maybe from Australia, they can.
So I guess what I want to say, I want to go towards what drew me to Islam to begin with, and I think to me, from very early on, it was a sense of this is a true, this is a vehicle to bring us to a true understanding of brotherhood and sisterhood. And I know that other religions voice that too, and I don't want to diminish what Christians and Jews do, but I just feel like as Muslims, we got to step ahead of that, because we really walk the talk. I mean, I feel like when we call each other brothers, when we call each other sisters, we really mean it at a very deep, profound level that I'm not sure exists quite in other faiths. And what sort of goes along with that too is that I feel that Islam is probably one of the greatest mechanisms to eliminating racism. I thought that was the case early on, and after having become a Muslim, I've seen nothing to deter me from that. It's like, no, this is one of the major things that Islam has.
That's a good point. I think, and that resonates with the American public.
Right.
Yeah, very, very good, very good.
And one thing. Sorry, Brother Zarif, you go ahead.
I think that actually really true, because Islam could be like the perfect religion for United States right now.
It is
like because the racism and other stuff actually give us the like really good understanding, like how can we make it better. So
Mhm.
even though it's a small religion, it's growing. I think it's gonna grow more. People start to understand. It was like it's truly it's like a lot of misconceptions. We just like all this stuff. Once they're starting to see like this is even better,
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Mhm.
That really, I really appreciate hearing that from you, Brother Zarif, because I
Mm.
think I think that, but I've never heard anybody say that. But it's actually
Mm.
what I've been. There's a voice in my head that's been saying that. So thank you for putting words to that. Yeah.
And I just wanted to share. This is perfect, actually. What that Islam, the actual if we practice the way it is, there should not be. It will actually target this racism, discrimination.
Yeah, yeah.
And we all pray, irrespective of whoever we are. When we pray, we are all together.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
the same line. And the Surah Fateh, I think, Brother Nick, you can correct me. The first line talks about all praises to Allah, right?
Mm.
And here, I don't know, like I was hearing one of the those video reels which shows up where one of the, actually he is also my teacher, and he was telling a group of folks that in many parts of the world, and of course in many society, every society, people just praise other people. I mean, sometimes they do too much, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
cakes and all, but all the praises should be for Allah. If you
Right.
move away that teaching, then you are not following the true meaning. You're not understanding or practicing the true meaning of Islam, or what the Quran is talking about.
Yeah.
So, and then going back to what Brother John and Brother Zarif said, sometimes I also feel that kind of conflict. Why, if some of those Muslim countries, why some of these things are not appropriately practiced? Like in many, even within the Islamic societies, countries, I see the leaders and their families, and talking about, what I'm talking, they're put in the high level and everybody is below.
Yeah.
Islam
Yeah.
doesn't teach that, but
Yeah.
that is another thing. We can go after.
On that point, is interesting. Maybe we can close with that little hadith.
Yeah.
So this dignitary from a foreign country, right? So
Right.
they were visiting because they've heard about Islam is growing and everything.
Mhm.
So this royalty came to visit the Muslims in Medina, and then somebody put, okay, where is your leader, right?
Mhm.
So somebody said, oh, go to the mosque, right?
Mhm.
So he
Right.
went to the mosque, and then
Mhm.
he looked around and says, where's your leader? He's expecting, a big throne.
Right.
Exactly, right? And then here's the mosque, everybody sitting around. He can barely recognize the leader from everybody else.
Right.
And then he was like, so it's something that it's amazing, right?
Mhm.
To him,
Mhm.
it's amazing. It's the same
And
thing with it's amazing story of Omar. So Omar Khattab was the caliph, right? After Rasulullah Sallallahu. And then they won the battle for Jerusalem, right?
Mhm.
And so the mayor of Jerusalem said, I will not give this key except to your leader.
Right.
Okay? Key to the city. I will not give it until the leader. So your leader must come.
Mhm.
Right? So Omar and his servant went together with the camel, so they waited for him. And what happened was Omar would take turns with the servant. Because in one camel, they have to take turns.
Right.
One will walk, the other will ride. Okay. And it so happens that when they reached Jerusalem, it was Omar pulling the donkey, and the servant was on the donkey. so the leader, the mayor, went to the servant and said, "Oh, here's the key to the city." I mean, that's Islam.
Right.
I mean,
And talking about that, Brother Nick, today I was reading, I think, Surah Al-Qasas. There's talking about Karun,
yeah.
and it was beautiful. Like Allah, through the Quran verses, He's trying to say that there's a reason you have lots of wealth, but how you're utilizing the wealth for the betterment of the society. That's what I am looking at. But if you use a wealth to show off your,
your wealth and whatever.
Yeah. And he gives an example of what happened to Karun, right?
Yeah.
And we see in today's world, this is what is happening. I think
exactly what's happening. Yeah.
and best example I was giving last khutbah about the Bangladesh, the leaders, you know, the corruption, and you see they overdid, you know,
Mhm.
and look at that, the
La ilaha
consequences.
illallah,
But anyway, so that's the-
anyway, so that's that. We run out of time. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you so much for your input. So I'm going to talk with Jonathan about it because he's the one that wanted to start it.
Mhm.
So I'll talk to him inshallah, and we'll get some ideas going, and inshallah
Yeah.
we should
And
you know,
brother
inshallah.
Nick, one thing before we sign off,